We begin the fourth quarter here in Ames. 30-17 Texas A&M. Iowa State led 7-3 after a quarter. A&M scored 27 unanswered, and Ray, just when you thought the Aggies were going to run away and hide, Iowa State with 10 unanswered. But here's a big third down.
It is. This is huge.
3rd and 7 from their own 47. Tannehill throws to the near side. The cutback caught. Fuller at the 39-yard line of Iowa State, a first down.
This is immaculate timing from Tannehill to Fuller. He throws this ball before Fuller even makes his cut. And that's impossible to defend. You just can't stop that when the ball gets there with that kind of timing.
They picked up 16. First down. Tannehill coming to the near side again with Fuller, who makes the catch and steps out at the 26-yard line.
Same exact thing. Same exact play. Hey, if it works once, dial it up again.
12-yard pass completion there. Fuller now with 6 catches, which has taken him over 200 career catches at A&M. Rolling right. Tannehill. Swope looked like he should have had that one at the 10.
Boy, he sure should have. Uncharacteristic of Brian Swope. I've seen him drop, I believe, 3 passes today. I know for sure, too. You know, one thing we talked about with Mike Sherman is run pass, and he wants to have that perfect balance. He actually keeps track of it down there on the sidelines, and he'll look. And if he sees him, you know, hey, I'm passing too much, he'll call run after run just to try and get the balance back, because he doesn't believe he can throw the football effectively if he doesn't run it enough times.
Well, Gray gets the carry up near the 16-yard line. You saw the numbers. They're a little pass heavy at this point, so immediately into the arms of Gray.
Yeah, he'll probably do that a few more times here.
3rd and short. Gray over 100 yards rushing now to 106. His 13th career 100-plus yard rushing game. His 11th in his last 14 games.
And that's splitting time with Christine Michael. So a pretty effective guy.
That's free safety, Jaquez Washington.
Oh, they can't afford to lose him. He's played very well throughout this ball game, and always is around the football. So, pointing to that right ankle. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. And he got rolled up by his own man. That friendly fire will get you. Willie Scott looks like he fell on the back of the leg of Washington.
Washington jogs off under his own power. He has 8 tackles today after picking up 10 tackles last week at Mizzou. After the timeout for the injury, Mike Sherman's Aggies look at a 3rd and 1. That starts the clock up again. We're under 14 minutes to go here in Ames.
Got Lamoth in the backfield, tight end. He's going to be a lead blocker somewhere, you would think.
Also does have a touchdown catch of his own today. Gray trying to make something out of it. See where they spot him. It looks like he's going to be short.
Yeah, I think he's a yard short. And I don't understand why he didn't run up behind the block of Lamoth, because there was room there, but Gray decided to take it onto the outside.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th down and 1.
Or are they going to try and draw him off sides?
Out of the eye. Tannehill takes the snap. Handoff. Cyclones will take over on downs.
Tafao.
Matt Tafao. And Willie Scott helping him as well. And A&M turns it over on downs. Not there for Gray. Down 13. Cyclones take over.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers.
Then again, what if everything didn't? The 100% electric, zero-gas Nissan Leaf. Innovation for the planet. Innovation for all.
In the Outback, we know how to light a fire. So hurry into Outback and try our new wood fire grill. For a limited time, try our juicy sirloin with tender chicken or succulent shrimp or delicious mahi. All for just $12.99. Better hurry in. This deal ends soon.
We thought we had him trapped, but he was waiting for us.
Rated teen.
The Queen has created a powerful curse, and it's coming. It's here!
Welcome to Storybrooke.
Enjoy your stay.
ABC's Once Upon a Time. Series premiere tomorrow, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Still just about 13 minutes to go here in Ames in this fourth quarter. 17th ranked Texas A&M leading Iowa State 30-17. Redshirt freshman quarterback Jared Barnett, who took over from Steele Jantz on the fourth offensive series of the game for the Cyclones. Quick catch at the 23-yard line for Albert Gary, who gains about 6. Wrestled down by Lionel Smith.
They're going to have a full-blown quarterback controversy going on here in Ames after this one. Because Barnett has come in and had a little bit of a sinking spell through the middle of his performance, but has picked it back up.
Quarterback draw. First down. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Nice play call against a 3-man rush. And that makes it easy to block because the linebackers are flying out of there. Look at this. You only have a 3-man rush up front. One. Yeah, let's see if that works. 1, 2, 3. There they are. And they've got blockers for them and people to lead it up the middle.
Spencer Neely came back to tackle him. And he is the one who's on his back.
This is a critical drive here for the Cyclones. If they have any thoughts of making another comeback and pulling another game out in the fourth quarter.
Neely gets up under his own power and walks to the sideline. There's Steele Jantz, who's been the starting quarterback this year for Iowa State, on the right. First 3 series threw an interception on the first play of the game. The next 2 series were 3 and outs, and then they brought in Jared Barnett. Now, Steele Jantz has had a bad foot, but he's not using it as an excuse for his poor play.
Well, you can tell just by watching, he's not moving effectively like he did early on in this season.
Barnett almost picked off at midfield. And Trent Hunter went for the hit on Lenz. And Lenz, he's now slow to get up at midfield.
Boy, and if they carry this route over the middle just a little bit more, it will come open. But Barnett was running out of time. He's fortunate that wasn't picked off because that was pretty much in Hunter's breadbasket. Give Lenz a pass break up on that.
First career game for Lenz with more than 100 yards receiving.
See how they're lifting up his shoulder pads?
Yes.
That tells me he's just got the wind knocked out of him.
We'll step aside here in Ames.
Time to take an innovative look at Russell Wilson's game, brought to you by AT&T. Wilson will need to make reads like this in order to beat Michigan State. Here he rolls right. He's got 3 options. The safety has Jared Abadaris covered on the deep post. Ball is covered underneath by the corner. This leaves wide receiver Nick Toon open on the out route for the 17-yard gain.
This innovative look is brought to you by AT&T. We think possible.
If you hold the radical theory that a financial advisor should simplify things without making you feel simple.
If you have the rebellious notion that it's highly complex is not an explanation.
If you believe a financial advisor should keep you in the loop and not in the dark.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Here's the beef. Wendy's introduces Dave's Hot and Juicy with our thickest, hottest, juiciest beef ever. Premium toppings and a buttered toasted bun.
Where's the beef?
It's right here.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts, gonna tell
The most headroom per dollar of any car in America from $10,990. The all-new Nissan Versa sedan. Innovation upsized. Innovation for all.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts, gonna
The most legroom per dollar of any car in America from $10,990. The all-new Nissan Versa sedan. Innovation upsized. Innovation for all.
ESPN's College Football on ABC. Brought to you by Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with Kay. Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Edward Jones. Join the nearly 7 million investors who know FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Well, the good news for the Cyclones, Josh Lynn's off under his own power. He's standing on the sideline, just holding his helmet. So we perhaps will see him back in the game. We'll see. It's 2nd down and 10. And another quarterback draw. Barnett. Wrapped up by Ben Bass and Jonathan Stewart. Gain of 5.
Stewart did a nice job of avoiding the block by James White.
It started to come back in. Back to the sideline.
Double clutched. But it was a wind situation. Just got the wind knocked out of him. That's a scary feeling.
3rd down and 5. They're 6 of 16 on 3rd down. Barnett. And a couple of defenders in the vicinity of Albert Gary, and it drops incomplete. Now it's 4th and 5 with 11:36 to go.
Well, he missed an opportunity. He had a short, shallow crosser that had beat his man. Had he found that one, they'd be moving the sticks.
Instead, Kirby Vanderkamp comes back on.
Left-footed punters, they put a weird spin on the ball. We already saw one muff today. We'll see what he gets on this.
Harris was fortunate earlier in the game when he dropped one and it bounced right back up to him. He takes this one at the 10, but 4 Cardinal and gold shirts around him, and he immediately dropped. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, and the tandem and running back for Texas A&M is such an impressive one.
Well, they started out slow, but Cyrus Gray has picked it up. You see 104 yards on the ball game. Just makes unbelievable moves in space. Puts the foot in the ground, can make a cut, and then his partner, Christine Michael, the Punisher, at the end of runs, he will make you pay.
1 touchdown for Michael. 1st down, Michael. Near the 18-yard line. Taryn Bitton brings him down after a gain of 5.
Early in this game, Iowa State was controlling the line of scrimmage. I believe at one point A&M had 8 rushes for 1 yard. But as this game has progressed, the offensive line for the Aggies has taken over that line of scrimmage.
Handoff, Michael cuts back, finds some room on the right side, uses a block from Fuller, still on his feet but out of bounds, stepped down around the 40, but it is a 1st down after a gain of 22.
Incredible cut and vision by Michael. You see he's way over on the left side going off tackle, ends up going around the end on the right side. That's a guy that can run sideways just as fast as he can run forward, and when he starts taking off that way, that's a hard one to stop. And both those backs over 100 now.
That's the 40 to the 41-yard line. Two backs over 100 yards rushing.
That's a pretty good tandem to have in your backfield.
Last time these two did this, Ray, was November 21st of 2009 against Baylor. They each were over 100. It's the first time since then. Tannehill on 2nd and 8 finds Fuller open. Slung down at the 46 of Iowa State by Jeremy Reeves. Another 1st down for A&M.
That's about the 4th time in this half we have seen that deep outcut by Fuller with Tannehill delivering the ball with perfect timing. That time he threw it from the right hash all the way to the sideline on the left side. He's got pretty good arm strength.
Throws like that show that he's somebody that can perform at the next level.
I believe that.
Goes to the right side. Nwachukwu sidesteps 40, 35 to the 32-yard line. A.J. Klein would have finally brought him down after a 12-yard gain. It's been a fairly quiet game for Uzoma Nwachukwu. This is his fourth catch for 58 yards. Nine and a half minutes to go here at Ames. First down for A&M. Michael, 20, cuts back inside the 10, brought down at the 8. Run down from behind by strong safety Taryn Benton. That's a gain of 25 yards.
Give that offensive line some credit here. Just a simple zone play. They create a seam, a crease, and Christian Michael, he'll get through it as quick as anybody. He sees all he needs is a little bit of a crack there, and he got it and put the hammer down.
1 rushing yard in the first quarter. Since then, big change on the ground.
220, 221.
134 now for Michael. Christian Michael. Ankle tackled by Matt Tafoa.
Tafoa's been quiet today. Made a big play on that 4th down stop in the previous drive. Made a nice tackle there. He's a real solid middle linebacker. When you get a team that's going to run the football at you, he can be effective.
Second and goal. Tannehill to the end zone, back of the end zone, incomplete. A tumbling Jeff Fuller going after that one. Jeremy Reeves had him covered.
Good coverage by Reeves on this one. It was another whip route from Fuller where he'll take it inside, put on the brakes, bust back outside, creating a little space. In fact, he scored a touchdown on that route earlier. But on this particular occasion, Reeves had good coverage.
Third and goal from the Cyclones 8. Going to respot it. Actually, it will be third and goal from just outside the 7.
Right there is the guy. I think they want to get into the end zone.
Ryan Swope there in the slot on the left side. After 4 TD catches last week, a quiet day for Swope. To the 5, caught. And game tackled at the 4 is Cyrus Gray out of the backfield.
Tannehill was looking at Swope the whole time. They had 3 defenders over there on him. Because he runs an option route, where a choice route, he can either go inside or outside or just hitch it right up where he's at. Well, they had a guy over the top of him waiting for that. They had a guy inside waiting for that and a guy outside waiting for that. And Tannehill had to just dump it down, and now they will get their 3 points, which I thought maybe they should have done that last time they went for it on that 4th and short in the red zone.
Bullock has made all 3 today, making him 14 of 15 on the year, now make it 15 of 16 as he hits the chip shot from 20 yards. 7.5 minutes remaining in Ames. It's now A&M 33 and the Cyclones 17.
For breakfast, try our spicy chicken biscuit.
The plane holding hundreds of passengers. Emergency crews are prepared. They're in place. All we can do now is watch. Wait a minute. There's a truck. Tough to tell from here, but whoever is driving that truck is right below the plane now. This is just unbelievable. The broken landing gear landed into the bed.
The mid-size Nissan Frontier with full-size payload and towing. Innovation for doers. Innovation for all.
Hey, everyone's eating tacos outside Bill's office. Do you think that's some information I would like to know? I like tacos. You invited Eric? I thought Eric gave you the creeps. Oh. Yeah. Hey.
Don't be left behind. Get it faster with 4G. AT&T.
Leadership. Excellence. Performance. It's what Heisman and Aflac's all about. Aflac, an official partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Came back strong. We got the W, and, well, we whipped them. We whipped them.
Sold out for whipping cream. Sponsorship should be for folks living the high life like y'all, not that food.
Get sponsored at MillerHighLife.com. ABC's Once Upon a Time premieres tomorrow at 8/7 Central.
33-17 Texas A&M, 7.5 to play. Heisman hopefuls will be the spotlight of ABC's Saturday night football games as Landry Jones and third-ranked Oklahoma host Seth Agee and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Also, Andrew Luck leads 8th-ranked Stanford against Washington. Saturday night football presented by Southwest Airlines on ABC or ESPN3 tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Now still in theory here, a 2-score game of 16 points, and it's West from the 20-yard line, 25, and Allard down at the 27-yard line on special teams by Desmond Gardner. Three unbeatens in the Big 12. 2 so far today have posted wins. Kansas State over Kansas. Oklahoma State won at Mizzou. So they're both 4-0 in conference, 7-0 overall. Oklahoma, as we just mentioned, playing tonight. And A&M trying to stay on the heels, really, of those 3 unbeaten teams.
Right, and they've got a chance because they will play Kansas State and Oklahoma coming up. They did lose by 1 point to Oklahoma State, so they're going to need the Cowboys to get knocked off if they're going to go for a title.
Barnett's pass to Linz, who's back in there across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And Linz, it appeared, got the wind knocked out of him on that last drive for Iowa State. Gains 15 before being stopped by Stephen Campbell.
And this thing has been open pretty much all day long because Texas A&M is not covering number 3 when they go into trips. They're just leaving that number 3 receiver, which is the inside receiver, alone and uncovered.
Barnett running to the 46-yard line. That gains 5. Stephen Jenkins and Jonathan Stewart, the inside linebackers, came in to stop him. Clock rolling, though, under 7 minutes to go.
That's problematic for this Cyclone football team because they're not an explosive football team. When they do score points, it's methodical drives down the field.
Barnett to the near sideline and tippy-toeing. There's the first catch of the game for Darius Reynolds. And it comes with 6:28 to go in the 4th quarter.
Boy, Barnett hung in there good. Took a shot and still was able to deliver the ball on time to Reynolds as Jenkins is the one who put the hit on him. But Reynolds is on the board.
Gain of 7, first down from the 46 of Texas A&M. Barnett gives a look to the receivers on the left side. Barnett eludes Neely. First down. Bumped down hard at the 31, and that's going to bring a flag on Stephen Jenkins.
I don't understand the flag here, Mark.
He didn't slide.
No, and the player hit him in the shoulder. I mean, I guess the only thing they can get is a launch on Stephen Jenkins.
Over. Personal foul. Number 45 of the defense, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. First down.
This worries me because what's football coming to? This guy's a ball carrier. There is nothing wrong with that football play in my mind. I don't understand why there's got to be a flag for that. Didn't lead with the head. Didn't hit him in the head. It's a ball carrier situation. I just don't think that's right.
First down from the 15, slings it back and immediately dropped the tight end Kurt Hammerschmidt. Sean Porter read that one. That ball seemed to be in the air a while.
Porter did a nice job of just staying home because everything was running away from him. All the flow and everything else was going the other way. He stayed home and was able to make an immediate hit on the reception.
It went for 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Clock moving. We're a little over 5 minutes to go. Now a whistle stops the play.
Well, Simile went early.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Back to 2nd and 12.
That doesn't really kill you down in this area of the field. In actuality, it gives you a little more room to run things.
Back at the 17-yard line. 8th penalty of the game for 50 yards against the Cyclones. And sacked. Back at the 23. Dustin Harris, the cornerback. 2nd sack of the season for Harris.
At corner blitz, and it came late. Right here, here's your cornerback, and watch him. He's just going to come and then blitz late right up that seam. See the opening right there, and he had 2 guys blocking 1. So a blown protection by the Cyclones.
3rd and 18, and down by 16. Ray, I'd have to assume this is 2-down territory. The clock where it is.
Definitely. Field goal is not going to help you now.
Barnett towards the end zone. Off Lenz, incomplete. He was singled up there with Lionel Smith.
That ball looked like it got through Smith's arms and hit Lenz in the shoulder. Good coverage, though.
And it's 4th down.
Take a look at the end of this thing. It got through, actually bounced off his face mask, but it was deflected a little bit there. Good coverage by Frederick.
They need to get to the 5 for a 1st down, but they take another shot for the end zone here. 4th down and 18. 5 receivers, 3 to the left.
A&M's got their safeties inside the 5-yard line.
Play clock expired. Or did they get the timeout? They did get the timeout.
Iowa State.
Yeah, Coach Rhodes himself called that one.
So we'll take a timeout ourselves with 4:02 to play. And a big 4th down coming up for Iowa State when we come back.
You're watching ESPN.
Timeouts where you come, you see what they line up in, and then you burn your timeout, say, okay, this is how we're going to defend this.
Let's take a look at today's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate. And the veteran Fuller has come alive in the 2nd half.
Yeah, a little whip route for the touchdown there. And the Good Hands extended and put the ball down. That's a true touchdown when you touch it down in the end zone. Hence the name.
3rd touchdown of the season for Fuller. So A&M trying to hold off the Cyclones here with this 4th down play for Iowa State as they try to keep their slim but hopes alive here in this 4th quarter.
Or these safeties again way back inside the 5-yard line, protecting against anything potentially deep, which is where the Cyclones have to go with this football.
Lenz went in motion. Barnett wide open. He's got to get to the 5 for the 1st down and does not do it. Darius Starks bumped out by Lionel Smith, and A&M will take over on downs at their own 7.
Great play by Lionel Smith. Knowing where the yard to gain was, coming up and using the sideline as an extra defender. Everybody else is back in the end zone at this point. And right there, White's got to know the situation. He's got to cut this thing back into the middle of the field, at least give himself a chance to convert that 4th down.
And James White there on the catch, but a couple of yards shy. And with 3:53 to go, Texas A&M with the ball in the 16-point lead. In the eye was Cyrus Gray, the tailback. Running left, trying to stay in bounds, and does at the 9. Tackled by Jake McDonough.
Yeah, that's what you get when you have a senior running back who knows situational football. I mean, he could have got maybe a little more yardage if he pushed it up on the edge, but knowing full well that the clock is something that's a factor now, he got down before he went out of bounds.
107 yards rushing for Cyrus Gray. Kristen Michael with 136. They each have 17 carries now in this game. 18th carry of the game for Gray. Makes a cut. Breaks a tackle to the 20. Down at the 22-yard line. Willie Scott eventually caught up to him. Did Jaquez Washington.
All day long, the cutback has been there for the A&M offense. And that's a product of linebackers fast flowing, just getting out of there too quickly, trying to get to the point of attack instead of staying behind things. Here's a look at those numbers for these two outstanding running backs for the Aggies. That's a pretty good day if you have just one back do that. You can get two of them doing that. That's better than good. I wonder if someone's keeping track of the carries on the sideline, saying, all right, we got to even this out. Another cutback.
Gray to the 25. Picks up 5 on first down. Leonard Johnson of Iowa State makes the tackle. Well, Texas A&M at the end of the first quarter had 23 total yards. They are now over 500 total yards for the football game.
Getting it done on the ground. That's the difference in this ball game. And early on, give Iowa State some credit. They were slamming the run, but attrition set in.
241 rushing yards for A&M, 263 passing yards. Tannehill, Gray gains 2. ABC Tuesday, Last Man Standing is all new. Come see why it's Tuesday's #1 new comedy. It's mantastic. It's mantabulous. Tim Allen is Last Man Standing, all new Tuesday, starting at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ABC. He's going to be the last one standing, Big 12, when it's all said and done, which, of course, is no longer 2 divisions. There's no longer the championship game at the end.
I think there'll be a de facto championship game between Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, although Kansas State gets Oklahoma, gets the Sooners next week. They may have something to say about this whole thing.
Yeah, no question, Kansas State is the surprise team in all this.
How about that?
Bill Snyder.
Coach Snyder still has the magic.
They've got a huge game with Oklahoma coming up, what is it, next week?
Next week, yeah.
Here's a look at the A&M schedule ahead. They will host Missouri, have to go to OU and then to K-State. Kansas really is the only one in that mix where you kind of feel like, hey, yeah, that should be a W without a problem. But the schedule is going to be getting very difficult for A&M. Tripped up, but Kristen Michael with the carry. Of course, this is the last season in the Big 12 for A&M. They move to the SEC next year.
Yeah, they'll have a schedule to talk about next year.
Here's the timetable. At the end of August, they notified the conference about leaving the Big 12. SEC made the official announcement on September 23rd, and it all becomes official July 1st. When A&M is officially a member of the Southeastern Conference.
You got to wonder if they're going to expedite the Missouri exit, and if the SEC will have 14 members playing football next fall.
Yeah, that's a fluid situation right now with Mizzou's chancellor has the go-ahead from their board.
What is it, the Board of Curators? Yes. I don't think I've ever heard of that specific body of governance.
Well, they've given the chancellor carte blanche to make a move to the SEC, so indications are that the Big 12 would move quickly if indeed Missouri leaves the conference. A&M, of course, moving to the SEC. Chuck Neinas replaced Dan Beebe. Neinas, the interim commissioner. TCU, we thought was headed to the Big East, but no, they're going to the Big 12. And it's the governing curators, I guess is the
I wonder how you
actual
get
body.
Is that an elected position, you think? I'm running for curator.
It very well may be. 1 minute to go here in Ames. Well, Paul Rhodes' team about to lose their 4th in a row.
Yeah, they did some good things today, though, and I do believe they created themselves an issue in terms of who's going to be the quarterback next week. And Steele Jantz started this one. In fact, he started all 6 ball games leading up to this one. And
Art, if I make you head coach right now, and assuming Jantz's foot makes him okay to play, who do you start next week?
Boy, I'd hate to have to be the guy to make that decision. And I know Coach Rhodes is going to have to make that decision. And, you know, based on what I saw today, I'm going to give Barnett another shot.
Victory formation for A&M. They will improve to 5-2 overall and 3-1 in conference. Iowa State will drop to 3-4 and 0-4 in conference play. 33-17 A&M over Iowa State will be the final score officially when the last 12 seconds run off.
2 pretty good football coaches right there. Really respect Coach Sherman and the things that he does.
So that's it from Ames. Once again, our final score is Texas A&M 33 and Iowa State 17. Tune in tonight for Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines on ABC. At 8 Eastern, 7 Central, it's Texas Tech taking on 3rd-ranked Oklahoma or 25th-ranked Washington against 8th-ranked Stanford. Check your local listings. For Ray Bentley and our entire crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks so much for watching, and so long from Ames, Iowa.
Heisman hopefuls take center stage with every win crucial to keeping pace in the national title race.